So two second half goals from Atlanta made sure that Club Brugge's early goal in the first half was cancelled out and making Atlanta to grab the whole 3 points in the Champions League game against Atlanta versus Club Brugge. Well, Atlanta equally, based on that, has bounced back to 3 points at least in the Champions League groupings and having suffered 4-0 defeat against PSG in the first game of the Champions League weekend. That has equally given them an edge to come up in the table and also cancelled out some goals that they've conceded against PSG, sorry. Then Atletico Madrid is on fire now. I am telling you, these guys are surprising everybody. The weekend they scored 5 against Real Madrid. Now they scored 5 against the Trench Frankfurt. And Julian Alvarez has shown that he is heavily unplayable. Man of the match against Real Madrid and man of the match against the Trench Frankfurt in the Champions League match, which ended in a 5-1 win in favor of Atletico Madrid. 5-1. He scored a penalty with 2 assists. Griezmann also scored. Having a first half 3-0 was already cruising where they never even believed that they would be. That has been a very good and outstanding performance for Simeone's men. I think this started from their coming back at Rayo Vallecano's game, where they even had a red card, and yet they were able to come back. I think that was what overturned their season so far. And Atletico Madrid, that we know, has scored 10 goals in 2 matches. I don't really know the last time they did that. 10 goals in 2 matches. 10 goals against 2 good teams, Real Madrid and the Trench Frankfurt. Also, Chelsea welcomed Jose Mourinho again at the Stamford Bridge, where Mourinho announced himself properly in the world of football. But then it was a disappointing one for Benfica, where they lost 1-0 to Chelsea. Though Benfica also showed character. Benfica showed that they are ready for Chelsea. It's just that one early own goal came and Chelsea were able to hold on. And another consistent thing in Chelsea game now was that of red Chelsea. That's a very bad one. Chelsea has consistently had red cards in their game for the past 3 games now. And it's a bad record for a team like Chelsea to be having that kind of red cards in their games. Well, let us see how their next game will be. But then Chelsea won, Benfica 0. That's a good one for Chelsea at least, grabbing that 3 points. Because the first game against Bayern Munich, they lost heavily, 3-1 against Bayern Munich. But then these are some of the matches that was played yesterday in the Champions League. See our next video for you to continue with the analysis and the post-match analysis, which will be following suit in my next video.